Hello, hello. Can we hear me? Is sound working today? Good morning, everybody. Hello. All of my software got updated, so I wasn't sure if the audio was gonna behave this morning or not, but it looks like it is. Let me know in chat if everything is working well. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello. Hat and cat mug today for the bets in chat. If you're ever watching on replay and you wonder what I'm talking about, before the stream begins, usually chat has this like game they play where they try and pick which hat and which mug I will be donning, or if there's no hat. It's quite amusing. I always chuckle. It always makes me laugh. Good morning, good morning. Yes, black cat mug today. Lexi nailed that one. Um, hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Dustin, and this channel, Modern Metaphysicae, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I thought today we could hang out and do another episode of upcoming and new releases in tarot and occult books, where we look at some of the new things that are coming out or recently released that have caught my eye, caught my attention, or that I've already pre-ordered. Excuse me, the coffee is giving me like hickey uppy burpees. um, yeah, coffee. It's my first coffee of the day, so I have to make sure that I'm like properly caffeinated. I had a hard time sleeping. I had weird dreams last night. I slept weird. It was one of those weird nights. I woke up this morning dragging some serious behind, if you know what I mean. As always, guys, with these live streams, if you have questions or comments or anything you'd like me to read or see, be sure to do at Modern Metaphysicae in chat, or do all caps so I don't miss it. Also, with these live streams where I show things, there's always going to be links down in the description box down below to all the things that I show. So if you're interested in pre-ordering or picking up some of the stuff I'm showcasing today, all of the stuff in the doobly-doo, you guys know YouTube, you know what to do. It's down there with all of my social media where you can connect with me, as well as a link to my personal website where you can book a tarot reading with me, or even purchase some of my own handmade metaphysical goods. So go down there, check it all out. It's there. Also, huge shout out and thank you to all the channel members. And right now we are working our way through another study hall, which is our little book club where we are reading together the tarot, magic, alchemy, hermeticism, and neoplatonism. We've been having fun with that, although last month we had some scheduling kerfuffles, so we will be pressing on and meeting on the 29th this month. So hello, good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Black kitties are the best. I grew up with black cats, so I love this mug. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Yeah, so good morning, hello. If you're interested in Scholar Metaphysicae, which is our channel membership program, you can get some cool perks, extra goodies, all that fun stuff. Information in the doobly-doo, you know the drill. Taroscope videos for this month are posted, so if you haven't seen those yet, be sure to go check them out. There's some interesting through lines this month for everybody. If you've never kind of gone through and watched all four just to see like the thread that ties them all together, it's always kind of interesting. I highly encourage that. And those are non-monetized, by the way, so me telling you to do that doesn't get me anything. It's a fun exercise. um I, of course, doing the readings know what that through line is, but it's always interesting to see kind of the thread that connects all of the readings together. um so that's there. Also, for all of my Adeptus members, your Novum et Pilium, your new and full moon uh, tarot spreads are posted in the restricted section on Discord, as well as on the posts tab on YouTube, because they changed it from community to posts, and it still really bothers me, and it's been that way for months, but I really despise it. um so yeah, go check that out if you haven't done it either. So all of the goodies are posted for this month. um yeah, fun stuff. All right, enough of the shameless plugging. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff that the YouTube algorithms love. Give this video a thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Subscribe so you don't miss future live streams. I do live stream most Sundays, so check it out. But let's dive in, because I have quite a few things to share with you guys today. So where did my thing go? Okay, so we're gonna dive in with books. First up, we have one that was featured on the cover for this episode. Shayla's asking in chat, where did I get this mug? I was gifted this mug. my mom. I think she got it from World Market, though, because it has World Market on its bum. So I'm assuming that's where she probably got it. So yes. Okay. All right, let's dive in here. So we've got books. First up in the books category. So the History of Alchemy. This is a publisher I've never heard of. um, Watkins featured this on their Facebook page, and I, of course, had to track it down because I alchemy is a subject that I have had a long held interest and fascination with. And of course, this book looks really interesting. It is more of an academic approach, of course. So uh, it is a Swiss, I believe, publisher. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this name. Bach yeah, nope, not doing it. So yep, go check them out. They have some other cool titles. But this one looks really, really interesting. It just kind of dives into the whole kind of cultural influence of alchemy and the history of alchemy, from a mostly Western perspective, but they do discuss its influence on the East, which is really interesting to me. Richly illustrated, which is wonderful. This richly illustrated anthology presents a variety of perspectives on how reciprocity, metaphysical connections, and the relationship between macrocosm and microcosm form the core of the philosophy of alchemy. Some of the world's most prominent researchers and academics come together to analyze the alchemical worldview and explore how esoteric currents of thought have shaped culture, society, and science. So, yeah, this one looks really interesting. Very, very excited for this one. So go check this one out. The cover is gorgeous. And it's actually quite affordable, so very excited for this one. Next up, we have The She of Night by Theon Publishing. I believe we talked about this on the series some time ago when this was very first announced. But this is kind of the magnum opus to Lilith, which is really fascinating. The book looks gorgeous, by the way. This is the Auric edition that you're seeing on screen now. But for those of you who have an interest in Lilith, you will find this one very, very interesting. This, I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on getting this one. Personally, it's not something that has really called to me, but everyone is talking about this. So I, of course, had to feature it. Theon Publishing always has beautiful books and things like that. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for this one or not. I haven't decided yet. Um, so yeah, the Sheev Knight, go check it out. Um, looks very, very, very fascinating. So okay, next up from Yale University Press. This one caught my eye. Um, that I Yale has been like knocking it out of the park with some really cool kind of academic perspectives on occult and esoteric topics lately. This is Cryptic, which of course is a book that kind of talks about all of the world's mysterious manuscripts, right? So books that change the world, they can influence, entertain, transport, and enlighten, but across the centuries, authors have disguised their works with codes and ciphers, secret scripts, and magical signs. What made these authors decide to keep their writing secret? What were they trying to hide? Gary J. Shaw tells the stories of 9 puzzling European texts and explores the unknown alphabet of Hildegard of Bingen, the enciphered manuscripts of the prank loving physician Giovanni Fontana, the angel communications of the polymath John Dee. Along the way, we discover how pioneers of science and medicine concealed their work, encountered demon magic and secret societies, and delve into the intricate symbolism of the alchemists searching for the philosopher's stone. This highly enjoyable account takes the readers on a fascinating journey through Europe's most cryptic writings and attempts to shed new light on the biggest mystery of them all, the Voynich manuscript, which is a book that I am like, I've been interested in the Voynich manuscript for years. It fascinates me. It's absolutely fascinating. Anytime anything pops up on my feeds about like someone thinks they've figured out the Voynich manuscript, I absorb it. So I of course had to pick this one up. It's pre-ordered. It's on its way. Looks really cool. The cover is amazing. Yeah, Yale's knocking it out of the park. Go check it out. All right. Next up, from Penguin, we have Shamanism. So this popped up on my For You feed. And shamanism is not really a topic that I have a huge knowledge base on. It's probably one of the more empty sections of my esoteric library personally. But yeah, this looks really interesting. So it's from a Harvard-trained anthropologist who also writes for the New Yorker. It's a investigation into the spiritual practice of shamanism from its beginnings to the present moment, for readers dissatisfied with organized religions and who seek a more personal approach to spirituality. So yeah, talks goes over the origins of shamanism, shamanism today, the future. It talks about trance states, which is really interesting, and different indigenous practices. There's a whole section about his travels to Indonesia and the Colombian Amazon and living with shamans down there and that whole experience. So yeah, this looks really fascinating actually from just kind of a edification perspective. So yeah, I'm gonna check this one out for sure. I did pre-order this one. Um and yeah, we'll update you guys once we make our way through it. But yeah, shamanism is something. The pre-reviews for this, so the people who got like beta versions of the book, um all are raving about it. They're all very well received. So yeah. Yeah. Looks really fascinating. Okay. So there's that. Next up we have this one came out of left field for me. This is the Galdrabók, I think is how you say it. I'm probably totally mispronouncing this. This is forbidden Icelandic folk magic by a publisher called Hildir. And as if you've watched the channel for some time, you know that I've always had a long fascination in history with Icelandic traditions and Norse traditions and things like that. As my heritage comes from those areas of the world. So I have this is kind of an ancestral tie for me that I like to read. I don't practice a lot of it, but I do like to check it out. So it looks really interesting. This is a book um, on runes and things like that and staves, very similar to the Icelandic magic books that I featured some time ago now. But I will definitely be checking this one out. So it looks really interesting. Write these letters on white vellum with your blood. Once forbidden by the church, on plenty of on penalty, I can read, of severe punishment and even death. Iceland's occult symbols have been a subject to remarkable transformation over the past few decades. They can now be commonly seen as tattoos and media such as video games and even the components of business logos. Most books containing these symbols, known as grimoires, were confiscated and destroyed. However, a small number survived, most famously the Galdrabók. In this new approachable edition, folklorist Kari Paulsen, I probably am really messing up the pronunciation of that, and I apologize, presents his original English translation in an edition of the Grimoire's original Icelandic text next to one another, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, it looks really interesting. So I this one is on its way to me. So go check them out. They look really cool. And then last, but certainly not least, in this little exploration is the the left hand path of tarot. This is being published by Red Will Weiser. This is about breaking taboos, confronting shadows, and achieving self love through the tarot. This looks really interesting. So the left hand path is not something that I typically follow a whole lot, but the author is a Mexican left hand path witch residing in Mexico, and she majored in Hispanic literature and has an innate and inherited connection to the occult practices. Her practices stem from a matriarchal lineage of healers, and she has a long history of connection to spirituality and things like that. So, um, the book itself seems pretty interesting. Um, the left hand path kind of approach to tarot is not something I've seen really covered a whole lot. Um, and yeah, I'm very intrigued by this one. This one looks very interesting. So we'll see. This one's coming. This one is a ways off. Well, not really. It's June already. You guys, it's June. It's June. This is about 6 months off, which is next year, which is crazy to think that next year is 6 months away. But this one's slated for release in January of 2026. So yeah, looks very fascinating. Very interested in this one. Most tarot guidebooks and card interpretations adhere to established perspectives that are heavily influenced by Christianity and other standardized and often binary concepts of the universe and everything it contains: society, religion, moral codes, race, patriarchy, and more. The left hand path of tarot offers a perspective of the outsiders, the outcasts, the marginalized, the non-conforming, and the others who live in the fringes of what society labels as civilized, acceptable, or canon. Cards with negative reputations like the Tower or the Devil acquire a completely new layer of meaning that is extensive, that has extensive and relevant shadow work applications and extremely practical advice in matters that are often frowned upon by spiritualists, such as kink, self branding, monetization, body transformation, glamour, and self defense. Its chaos, subversion, and alchemy of self in the left hand path of tarot that challenges social norms and leads you to explore the deepest parts of your soul. So, yeah. Very different, a very unique approach to the tarot, which we've not seen before. So I'm very interested in seeing kind of what this is about. Hello, Cosmic. How are you? All right. So there is that. That completes the book section for today. Um, those are all the books that I had to share. Whoops, I just closed the next thing accidentally that we were supposed to talk about. Oops. Let's fix that. Oopsie. Okay. That completes the book section. So those are all my books. If you have books that you're excited about that are coming out, let me know. We're kind of this, like last month, this month, and next month tend to be like the drier months in terms of like releases. A lot of people drop things in the new year because people typically have holiday funds and like tax return money and that kind of stuff that they go through. And then the middle of the year, once we get to summer, most of the time the publishers don't really drop a whole lot of stuff because people are spending their money on summer vacations, on their gardens, on going out and doing things and things like that. And then right around the fall is when we start picking up in new things. So yeah, that is it for books. So let's dive into tarot. Tarot's a little light this month. There's not a whole lot out there that is catching my eye or my attention in regards to tarot. I've been a little disappointed. I even did some extra digging. So before, what was it, a couple nights ago, I went and just really started digging through like publishers' websites and stuff to look at their like upcoming and new release sections and things like that. And there's just not a lot of anything with substance, unfortunately. Um, so let's talk about what did catch my eye, because there's a few things. So the first thing I want to mention is this beautiful deck, the Matronu. I don't even Matron Matronua 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 Tarot. Is that how you would say that? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Um, I don't know why I'm struggling with that either. Matronua. Matronua. What is that word? We have to look this up now. Where's my phone? I've clearly not had enough coffee to decide how to pronounce this. Matronua. Whoa. No, Google, you don't need my location. I think it's rather Matronua, maybe? Matrona is an old Latin, in Latin and Old French, refers to a married woman. Matrona. Matrona. Matronua. Matrona. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I would. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, matron or crone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this particular spelling isn't coming. It's interesting because the spelling that comes up for this word is different. There's no U in it, so we're like digging into the etymology of the word. Anyways, enough enough of that. Let's look at the cards. So, I have shown this before. There is what 5 6 days left to go on this Kickstarter, and I wanted to signal boost it again because it is amazing. This is hands down one of the most beautiful decks I've seen in some time. It reminds me a lot of the Soprafino, which, if you're familiar with the Soprafino tarot, um, that is a beautiful deck. In fact, do I have it handy? I feel like I have a copy of it here somewhere. Um, yeah. So also known as the ancient tarot of the ancient Italian tarot. This is probably the most common version of the deck, but this is what the deck is giving me, is reminding me of, is this deck, which I love, and it's always on hand. So beautiful deck. Um, one of my favorites. Love it, love it, love it. So this, when I saw this deck, I was like, ooh, this looks gorgeous. This looks beautiful. So yeah, Italian painter, tarot reader, and collector. Um, so very, 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 very excited for this one. And I love how she gives like the card references in like a lot of the updates and stuff like that. So she shows like, here's a convert, here's the Soprafino, and then here's her interpretation of it. It just looks gorgeous. It absolutely looks gorgeous. So I'm very excited for this one. I cannot wait. Of course, we have pips for the minors. So if you're not a pip person, but the artwork looks stunning. I love her palette so very much. This is very much a White Knight palette, and I love it. It makes me happy. It is watercolor, which we all know I love and adore watercolor. And yeah, it looks so so well done. And then I love how she worked in her grandmother and her mom, and I think she did a self portrait and her niece and other like women in her family into the deck. I think that's so cool. So yeah, it looks amazing. This deck looks amazing. It's probably um one of the decks that I've been the most excited about in a long time that's popped up on Kickstarter. It just looks stunning. The artwork looks gorgeous. So, very excited for this one. Go check it out. Look at that strength card. And she gives a lot of detail on the Kickstarter. I sincerely hope that she carries a lot of this kind of background information and like creative process stuff that she's including in the Kickstarter into like her little like guidebook, because that stuff is really cool. Also, she is doing like lithograph prints of some of the artwork, so that's really cool as well. That moon card is amazing. Oh my gosh. And then the collector's edition has alternate cards, by the way. So there's an alternate moon card in the collector's edition version, and there's an alternate tower. So yeah, this one looks. I'm so excited for this one. It looks amazing. Looks amazing. All right, so there is that. Next up, this one caught my eye. This is not within my like wheelhouse of um aesthetic for sure. But the concept is what intrigued me the most. So the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle, a deck to guide you through the forest of your subconscious. This one looks really kind of interesting. So this one leads into Jungian psychology, which we all know is not my favorite thing in the whole wide world, but the shadow work aspect is something that I've always found fascinating and intriguing. And so this one mixes witchcrafts, timeless archetypes, fairy tales, mythic landscapes, earth energies, and folklore to gently guide you to discover the magic and power of your shadow self. And the artwork is beautiful. It's not my usual cup of tea, but it looks really, really interesting. So the deck is broken into suits, which I think is kind of clever. So you have the invisible world, the dream world, the natural world, and the imagined world. And the guidebook will, it seems to have a good chunk of a guidebook, which looks really cool. So 40 cards, which is good. It's on the low end, in my opinion, in terms of oracle cards. I like to have more. More is better, in my opinion. I don't like those really little low scarabeo oracle decks that they've been doing lately, where it's like 32 cards. But yeah, this one I'm intrigued by. So I'm gonna check this one out, and see what I think. So yes, this is the same artist. There's some people in chat. This is the same artist as the Seasons of the Witch decks, but not published by the same folks. This is being published by Watkins. So yeah, same artiste. Um, which I don't have any of the Season of the Witch oracles. I don't have a single one because it's just not really my thing. So yeah, but this one I'm gonna check out. So there's that. Let's see. Next up, we have, oh yes, Baba Studios has on pre-order the Bohemian Cats Theater Tarot. Oh my goodness, can we talk about how excited I am about this deck? It's so cute. I can't. This is a total, like, I don't know if I'll ever use this deck in a serious way. I have a few cat decks that I like to use. I've done a number of readings. I have a number of people come to me to have readings done for their pets. And I love doing them. I love doing them. Let me we're gonna switch for a moment and talk about this. So um I love doing pet readings. Like one of my favorite things to do. It's super fun to me. It is always really interesting. If my cat is being grumpy and I haven't seen him for a couple days, I'll usually do a little reading for myself to see what the deal is. That kind of thing. I love doing pet readings. They're super fun. So these kinds of decks I typically use for those kinds of readings. The one I've been using most often for pet readings recently in terms of cats is the Tarot Cats by Anna One, which is a goofy cat deck. It's kind of creepy. Um, but I love it. It's still sitting here. So this one I'm pretty excited for because we all know I love Baba Studios. Their work is exceptional to say the least. Um, and this one just looks cute. I can't help myself. I have to get this. Um, Being a theater kid growing up, and someone with a degree in theater, and a lover of cats, I have to pick this one up. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. So go check this out if you haven't done so already. Hi, Lime Green Tarot. Hello, welcome in. Um, yeah, this looks so, I love it. I just love it. I love it. Super fun. We will be getting this one. So there is that. And then we finally have, I wanted to bring this up, which is Hexen 5.0. So during the time that the exhibition for the Thoth Tarot was going on, one of the things in that exhibition is that they had included some other modern tarot decks, and the artist for the Hexen 2.0 had did some updated versions of their cards for that exhibition, and they're doing a completely new deck, the Hexen 5.0. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. The Hexen 2.0 is really really cool, And this one, she's there, the creator is going through and kind of redoing the whole deck, which is really cool, and giving it a new twist. um I do believe you can pre-order this already on Amazon in the UK. It's not up yet in the United States, but you can go to the creator's website, which I have linked, and check out some of the new stuff. Lots of the cards are up already, so if you're interested in that, you can go check it out. Blockchain is the Fool, which I think is really kind of cool. I really dig this. So very excited to explore this deck. The Hexen Tarot is not a deck that I use to read for people. I have it more as an object of art and beauty and exploration of the tarot. It's one of those things, when I talk about um, my tarot collection, I curate it in a very specific way, right? I have decks that are in my collection to specifically just do readings, right? There are decks that people request a lot. There are decks that are workhorses, etc. I have decks that are collectible items. I have decks that are just artistic. I have them for their artistic beauty and as an object of art. And I have decks that I've got that have taught me something, but they're not necessarily a deck that I read with, right? This is very much a deck that I will have as an object of art and beauty in that category. So, yeah, go check it out. The Hexen 5. All right. And then last, but certainly not least, where did my button go? Uh-oh. There it is. From, oh, we're scrolled way down. From the creators of the Matronua Tarot, we have the Enchanted Divination Cartomancy Tarot Companion Journals, as well as a second edition of their decks. So this is kind of a big campaign that has all kinds of different stuff in it. There's a playing card deck. There is the Metanoia Marseille second edition, which you can pick up in this. And then there's also the journals, which you can get as a collection. And then I think you can get them individually. Yeah, you can get them individually, I think, as well. I'm not entirely sure. I can't. There's lots of different reward tiers. But this one looked really cool. I love the Metanoia Tarot, the Marseille deck. It's absolutely gorgeous. Um, I'm probably not going to back the journals personally. I just don't need more journaling stuff. My journal system is set. I'm not going to really back the playing card deck. It's beautiful, but playing cards, I'm keeping a strong distance to, because that is a slippery slope of collecting in which I do not have the room or capacity for. So we're staying away from that. That is a no-no. I have to tell myself I want it, but no. Um, the second edition of the Marseille deck is available. It's gorgeous, you guys. If you haven't checked out this Marseille deck, it's stunning. Go check it out. Here's a lot of the artwork. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. And then of course you have the journals, and the journals look really lovely. Um, yeah, there's all kinds of really cool stuff. So go check this one out. It looks beautiful. Um, I personally probably won't pick anything up from this Kickstarter, because the journals I don't really have a desire for. The tarot, I have the first edition, which I love. Playing cards, we're not doing that. We're staying away. And then yeah. So, but if you're someone who wants to pick up the deck, or you like journals, or are looking for a journal, this looks really beautiful. So I wanted to share it because it's gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. So go check it out. Um, Playing card collecting makes a man write bad checks, right? Yeah. Do people write checks anymore? Is that a thing? I feel like I don't know. I don't even like. I don't even have. I personally do not have a checkbook anymore. I don't have one. I haven't used one in years. I used to well, not a long time ago, but what, 10 years ago, I still wrote checks. I would write checks for like my rent and stuff like that. But um yeah, not anymore. Not anymore. All right, so that is it for tarot, you guys. There's not a whole lot on the tarot front that is exciting me. Um, so if you guys see stuff, send it my way because I love seeing what you guys are excited about. If you guys are excited about anything, right now is a great time to share it. If you want to share it with the live stream audience, or if you're watching this in the future, leave a comment down below and let me know what you are most excited about. And yeah, I'm very happy with the fact that my wallet is being saved a little bit right now. Yeah. Vintage Moon said that they could only get 3 decks, and you chose that, the Ukrainian Knights, and the green one. Those are good choices. Um, Laura says that you write a check once a year, and it's for your HOA fees. Oh, HOAs! I do not miss having an HOA. I hated the HOA when I lived in an HOA house. The Atomic Cat Tarot. Have I looked? Oh yes, I have looked at this. I have looked at this. This is like Jetsons meets the tarot. Um, Definitely not my thing. I think the Baba deck is way more my style. But it's cute. But it is definitely that like 70s Jetson vibe. Um, which is kind of cool. But yeah, very cute deck. Very cute deck. The Atomic Cat Tarot. I like the little paw. That's so funny. Oh goodness. Sometimes the things people come up with on Kickstarter are great. Anything else people are excited for? Anawan's tarot. I love that deck. I just showed it, right? Yeah, it's great. Time Tarot, you got your Time Tarot on the way. I love Time Tarot. It's so gorgeous. I love it. Love it. The Geomantic set. I don't know if I picked that up. No, I didn't get that one. Oh my goodness. HOAs. Oh gosh. HOAs, I don't know. I think HOAs are I like the idea of an HOA because then the neighborhood stays nice, right? But at the same time, it just makes people turn into like evil people. Um Vintage Moon said, Dustin, you should check out. What am I checking out, Vintage Moon? Which one am I checking out? The Gnostic Tarot Gallery deck on Kickstarter. Gnostic Tarot Gallery by Chris Leach. Oh, this is a reprint of his Gnostic Tarot. Yeah, I have the original version of this deck. I didn't know he was doing a reprint. So it looks like Chris is doing a reprint of his Gnostic deck. Or is this just or is this the art? The original artwork from interesting. Is this the are those the backs? Oh, those are the backs. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, so it's kind of like a new version of the Gnostic Tarot. I have the first edition of this, and it's a wonderful deck. The book is really interesting. I think Lexi, didn't you just recently pick this up? I feel like you were recently talking about this in Discord. Am I mistaken? Game of Saturn's a great book. It's wonderful. If you have any interest in tarot history, Game of Saturn is really wonderful. Marsilio is amazing. Um, but yeah. The backs, I think the backs are intentionally supposed to be terrible like that. um, Anything else anyone's very excited about in chat? Now is a good time. Also, if you guys have any questions or anything for me right now is a great time to throw them in. We're right at about an hour, so we'll get things wrapped up here pretty soon. Lots of chat about the Marsilio book, which is amazing. That book is, I'm very excited to see the future of that book series. Yeah, Tom, I'm kind of in the same boat. There's not a whole lot coming out right now that is like catching my eye or my attention that I'm like, oh, that is really cool. There's a few things, but um not a whole lot in terms of anything crazy. So oh, someone just sent me this. This is interesting. Okay. This is the Dreaming Eye Tarot, a charcoal oracle of cosmic insights. Let's take a look at this one together. So the Dreaming Eye Tarot, a charcoal tarot of cosmic insight. This looks really, really cool. Um, Looks like all the cards are accounted for. Charcoal drawing is really, oh wow, that judgment card. Wow. And the sun, this is intense. Whoa, that Queen of Cups. Okay, we might have to back this one. So the minors it looks like are more pippish. Interesting. Ooh, that's intense. Charcoal drawing is really hard. That is creepy but cool. Interesting. The Dreaming Eye. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. 20 days to go. Go check this one out, guys. This one looks really interesting. I am intrigued. It is a little obscuro. Yeah, that is a great reference. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Definitely not everyone's cup. That's for certain. That is for certain. Everybody in chat's like, I don't know. So funny. All right, friends, that seems to be it for today. We're going to get things wrapped up. I hope that all of you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I just want to say thank you for coming and hanging out with me and doing a little window shopping as always. Again, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you guys do think of anything you guys are super excited about, be sure to come back, leave a comment down below. If you're watching this in the future, let me know in the comment section what you are most excited about. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. And as always, remember, everybody out there is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind to one another, okay? We'll see you guys back around YouTube. Bye, everybody.